Welcome, brothers and sisters, to our Lenten series, Junk in the Yard. We've been talking about the capital sin of lust. And today, once again, we'll look at a different facet of this vice. I would like to start by narrating the story of Adam and Eve when they are in the Garden of Eden and they are tempted by Satan, by this evil entity that is enticing them, encouraging them to taste of the fruit of the garden. One of the rabbis teaches that what made both Adam and Eve fall was curiosity. They were curious because the snake created a doubt in Eve's mind. Isn't that true that God told you about the fruit that you're not gonna die? You will know good and evil. And Eve thought, let me give it a try. Was it really true that God told us not to eat the fruit of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil? I'm curious to experience for myself, the rabbi teaches. So, curiosity is one of the pitfalls when it comes to the area of sexuality. Let me try something more. I'm curious about this content and that one and something else, something more, something stronger. Many people ended up in sexual sins and in different perversions and addictions because of their curiosity, searching for more excitement, more gratification, compulsive gratification. But oftentimes, it would have been started when they experienced some humiliations, difficulties, struggles in life. Since many of the hardships of life create an interior vacuum, there is a need for filling it up with something, some comfort. Some people go straight into food. Others, they would start drinking. Or there is other compulsive behavior, compulsive gratification, and sexuality, pornographic or sexual contents are one of those areas where people are looking for comfort, and a little bit of pleasure oftentimes is stimulated and increased because of the longing of having something else, something more. And it starts with curiosity. Let me see if that really is true what God told us. And many people say, look, it's all fine. There's no problem. I can go to any website and come out. I can hide in my room and behind the closed doors do whatever pleases me, and I'm fine with that. How many marriages and relationships and lives were hurt because of the wrong use of sexuality, of different abuses, of pornographic images, and all sorts of ocean of immorality? And it all started with curiosity in the search of sexual gratification. It became a painkiller, an anesthetic to get rid of the pain of life, of a suffering. And the society of today normalizes and makes all those behaviors I mentioned before normal, actually to be celebrated. However, if in our conscience there is still a voice telling us, indicating something is not right, and we sense and hear this voice, means we are not yet completely corrupted, as if we have lost any sense of God's presence. This voice that makes us embarrassed, ashamed of what we have done, there is the Lord speaking to us, and we should be grateful because that means He would like to pull us out from the slavery we got ourselves into. What is the divine medicine we can apply in this context? What is critical in today's world is to know how to use our internet that you can find in your personal devices, whatever it might be. Please, if you're struggling in this area of sexuality, being curious for more pornographic or erotic or any kind of sensual content, and you cannot stop, it's not gonna happen unless you have filters, unless you have someone who controls your phone, unless you have a blockage. Many people I talked to for years couldn't come out and got themselves in trouble, their marriages, their families, only because they were too confident, too sure of themselves, and they couldn't get out. When they have a filter and an accountability person, a brother, someone who could be like your angel whom you can call upon, you can turn into, you can ask for help, then the battle gets very hard, up the hill, almost impossible to win. Therefore, let us remember, it is critical to have the filter that will block this content, and someone else would have the password, someone else you can call upon and ask for help when you're tempted. There are people who actually applied these recommendations, and their marriages, their families, their lives, their vocations were saved. And sadly, there are those who played a game, didn't want to reach out when they were truly getting burned, and their lives were turned into a living hell. What is critical in this time of battle is to find comfort in the scriptures. When you're tempted, when the devil comes to you with ugly thoughts, pushing you with a compulsive way to go and sin and check and watch and gratify yourself, do what other people guided by the saints did, meaning take the Bible, read slowly one chapter and yet another and yet another until those thoughts move away, dissipate, are taken away. It really works. Please try a way of connecting with the Lord, getting yourselves on your knees, praying, turning to Him, asking for help, because He can save one from a situation of a dungeon of slavery, as Jesus Christ came to save the sinners. Brothers and sisters, God bless you as we continue our Lenten series.